this video, I took 3 smartphones and 1 DSLR and 1 bridge camera. I took the results, I compiled them, you guys voted on. So before we get into what we learned from this experiment, why don't I take you back to the studio and go through the results with you, and then we'll discuss them. Connor, off to you.
Which took these photos? Was it a dedicated camera, DSLR, or was it a smartphone? I did not specify which smartphone. I did not specify which camera. This is all up to the end person. I kept it fair, balanced, and easy. So which prevailed? I think we should reveal the results. So, in round 1, it was a photo from an iPhone 5. 59% of you thought it was a smartphone. And 41% of you thought it was a camera. Sometimes cameras can pull off less great quality shots, although this one was kinda an obvious one to throw in there, see, warm you up to see how that would go. Next, we had a shot that was from a camera. 61% of you thought that was shot on a smartphone. And 39% of you thought it was shot on a camera. Next shot was taken on a smartphone. 43% of you thought it was taken on a camera, and 57% of you thought it was taken on a smartphone. Smartphone people were right. That photo was taken on an iPhone 10. Round 2. Round 2 was a bit more lighting situations. Round 2 focused on different scenarios, and so this is for portrait photography. The first one is a portrait shot taken on the front-facing camera of an iPhone 10, and 58% of you thought that was taken on a camera, and 42% of you thought it was taken on a smartphone. This was a dead giveaway, this one, because it didn't do the hair highlights properly. It was a bit blurred at the top, didn't get my hairline correct, but the fact that it was able to convince so many people is pretty incredible. Next, we have a shot of me in front of the Colosseum in Rome. This was actually taken on a camera, and it was taken on a Lumix FZ150 bridge camera, my previous camera before this one, and 29% of you got that correct, and 71% of you thought it was taken on a smartphone. That's interesting, and that's all because of the lighting that was there. Next was 50-50. It was a low light scenario, and lots of colours, lots of depth, This was not a portrait much, it was just a regular shot to see how many people could actually tell whether it was a smartphone or not. And it was 50-50 split. Take a guess. What do you think it was? Pause the video right now. Take a look at it. Have you guessed? Well, it was actually taken on a smartphone. And that's the rounds. What did I learn? Because I pitted a bunch of devices against each other, against 2 cameras. My Lumix FZ150 and this EOS Rebel T5i. I used a kit lens on this Rebel T5i. So there wasn't an unfair advantage there where I could have used a bigger lens. Obviously, I didn't, to keep it fair.
What else did we learn from this experiment? Because we didn't do video as an option with this experiment, because that could come at a later date, but photography is the main thing that people rave about with smartphones and videography in general. They say an iPhone can replace your webcam, or an iPhone can replace your DSLR, or mirrorless system. Well, that is true, because when I pitted the iPhone, Samsung Galaxy, Note 8, and iPhone 5 for kicks and giggles into this comparison, the camera did worse, because the camera can only do a certain amount. You have to have all the input put in yourself. You have to manually dial in ISO and shutter speed and aperture and all that. But an iPhone or a smartphone in general, it's a pocketable device. You can keep it in your pocket. You can keep it in your pocket or in your bag or wherever it is, and you can take it out quickly. You can make a phone call, you can browse the internet, all that, as well as having a really capable camera. I only compared this to an iPhone 10, the DSLR. However, the iPhone 10 is a couple of years old now, 4 to be exact. So if I compare this to an iPhone 12 or 12 Pro Max or 12 Pro or even a 12 mini or an iPhone SE 2, the results would have been even better in favour of the phone, or even the latest Galaxy. No modern smartphone will have a bad camera. No modern smartphone will disappoint. Except for OnePlus 9 Pro, which has some shutter lag issues, but that can all be fixed in software. The hardware is all there. It's up to the smartphone manufacturers now how they wish to improve on that, evolve on that. And that's it really. The camera comparison was a really fun video to make. I thought it was nice to step outside my comfort zone, even though it was a hell of a video to make. And yeah, thank you for being patient with this video. Lots more to come because this video is holding up everything. And I'll catch you in the next one. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, or join the Discord. My name is Connor. See you next one.